What's up, SEO pros? Welcome back. We are live with part 5 of the conceptual strategies for the SEO certification training. This video will be taken down in 24 hours, so if you're thinking about just watching this and coming back to it later, I recommend you watch it, the whole thing, as much as you can, because I will not be reposting this. The way it works is we basically have Evo and somebody else right now named No Skills from the certification training in the call, and I'm going to be teaching both of them how to go through the next section of this audit, teaching them all the concepts. At the very end of me teaching them all of the concepts, there'll probably be a couple more videos. Then we're going to be doing all the implementations behind the scenes, and that will not be live on the YouTube channel. So if you want to get more information about this training, make sure you send an email to hello@chaserender.com and ask to get on a call with one of my enrollment SEO guys. Cool. So what we're going to do is, let me just go ahead and share this stream really quick on Facebook like I normally do. And again, all of these streams are live, so if you want to catch them in the future, make sure you press the little bell icon next to the subscribe button so you can go ahead and get notified when we go live. What's up? What's up, everybody in chat already? Internet Marketing Reviews. What's up, Baker or Backer? Sorry, I butcher their names all the time. What's up, Video Zeus? What's up, Adrian? All right, so let me just go ahead and post this in the Facebook group. And one more thing I want to mention is that we do have a really cool Facebook group. All you have to do is head over to the White Hat SEO Network. There will be a link in the description, and you can go ahead and join and see when we go live and ask questions and do all that kind of cool stuff. So we are live now. Cool. One other thing, if you are, sorry, I'm doing so many announcements right now. If you are in chat right now and you want to join the Discord channel that we're in and ask questions live, let me know and I'll post a link to the Discord so you can go ahead and jump in. And this video is sponsored by Dasani water. Just kidding. I used to get people making fun of me all the time because I would drink so much water on my streams, and they thought I was sponsored by a water company at a certain point. Don't ask me why, but a lot of them are usually memeing anyways. What's up?
It wasn't because you drink water at once, because you do it right next to the mic and you go.
Yeah, even on my
during the presentation.
Even on my presentation in Orlando, I had a a bunch of water I was drinking, and people were getting weirded out by it when I was.
You do it in the mic.
Cause when I drink it, I don't just drink it. I go like this. Watch. You ready?
You didn't do that noise after.
And that, yeah, it's ASMR basically at that point. ASMR water channel. That's what I need to create. Dude, ASMR is blowing up. Okay. Cool. So I posted the link to the Discord if anybody wants to join in and ask questions live while we're doing this. But what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go straight over it. So I hope you guys are all ready. Damn, your water bottle keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Chug, dude. Fortnite.
Filtered or tapped? No, definitely reversed osmosis, I think it's called. Cool. So I'm going to start the recording, and let's do this. So 1, 2, 3, go. What's up, SEO pros? Welcome back to part 5 of the certification. Today, we're going to be covering probably the most complicated section of the training. We're going to be covering Schema Markup. And if you're not familiar with what Schema Markup is, it's basically this language that Bing, Yahoo, and Google came together and said, hey, look, let's create a language that we can all understand, and we can understand what a web page is about just by people simply placing this code on their website. God, my nose is so itchy. I'm sorry. So how does Schema Markup work is the question. There's a couple ways. There's a code called JSON-LD. There's microdata. And then there's like this other one I think called RFDA or something. The only thing that we're going to be working on really is something called JSON-LD. Now, the way this works is JSON-LD is basically a language that you can put in the header of your website. And people can't see the JSON-LD, only robots can. But you need to have that code in your header. and then also have something replicating what that code is saying that page is about on the page. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm going to try to explain this right now to Evo, and we're just going to figure out the concept behind it, and then I'm going to explain to Evo the different things that we need to know when it comes to doing schema. Cool. So first of all, Evo, do you have any idea what schema is, other than what I just said?
I have no clue.
Okay, so let me just see if I can get the technical definition. Okay, schema markup is code semantic vocabulary that you put on your website to help the search engines return more informative results for your users. If you ever use rich snippets, you'll understand exactly what schema is all about. Here's an example of a local business that has its markup on its schedule page. So let me just go find that line so you can see that. So you can see here, this is something called event markup, and you can actually get these extra things in the search results just by putting the event markup on that page. And by the way, a rich snippet is basically, it's like a snippet of what you're seeing on Google for your search result, except it has like some extra things in it like this, or you'll see like sometimes, have you ever seen on Google, there's like a little star rating underneath, like a search result? Like, let me show you, like, let's look up like best hotels near me or something. You see these stars right there?
Oh.
You've seen that before, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of like, that's called a rich snippet. It's basically like something like, it's like extra that you're going to be seeing inside of the search results. At least let me just double check on that. That's exactly what that is, rich snippet. So just so I don't get this wrong. So yeah, star ratings. A snippet is a result Google shows in its user to its user in the search results. An example, I was searching for a good recipe for homemade ice cream and Googled it. Google showed me the result list with normal snippets and rich snippets. A normal snippet usually looks like this. So just a regular search result, right? Google shows the title in blue, the URL in green, and a description of what the page is about. This is what we call the snippet. The thing Yoast SEO helps you optimize with our snippet review. We'll cover that tool later. A rich snippet shows extra information between the URL and the description. A rich snippet looks like this. See that? So ultimate vanilla ice cream, you can see there's a star rating. There's 36 votes. It takes 2 hours to make, and it's 269 calories. So that's a rich snippet. You get it?
Is there like different types?
Yes. And that's what we'll be covering. So when we go to the template right here, and we go to schema, and by the way, we're skipping page speed for this section because we're going to be covering this. We're going to be covering page speed on the next tutorial when we have Ryan on. Right now we're going to schema, and then part 6 will be going to page speed, just in case any of you guys were wondering. But anyways, if we go into schema, here we go. So let me move this one down because this is something separate we'll talk about in a second. Copy that, move this down. Insert. That's fine. We'll just put it there. So organization markup. Basically what this helps you with is it helps you, let me show you. Let's say you were looking up like an organization. Think of an organization. What's an organization that you can think of?
What do you mean?
Like, what is an organization that you can think of? Like a organization, like a company.
Your company.
Yeah, right now actually this is a bad example because I have local business markup on my homepage. But let's just say you were looking up like a national company somewhere. What would it be?
Amazon.
Amazon. Okay. So we look up Amazon. Now you see this on the side? You see this right here on the side?
Oh.
It says Amazon.com, e-commerce company, stock price, all the social profiles. Mm-hmm. So basically what that is that's organization markup supposed to sort of lead to that. So if we click into this result right here, like if we click into the website, and we look at what's actually showing for the structured data, which you can actually use a tool called structured data testing tool. It'll show you, let me show you. It'll show you what structured data they're using, or by structured data, we mean schema markup. So let's just put this in. And you can see Amazon has no structured data. They're really fucking up. But if they were doing this right, they would have something called organization markup right here. So let's go find a company that's doing it correctly. Let's go find another company that might have organization markup like Yoast. This is a SEO plugin that everybody uses. We'll grab this URL, plug it in, new test. And look at that, organization markup. So if we click into this, you can see here, this business is an organization. Here's all its social profiles. Here's its logo. Now, if we type in Yoast online, usually if it's getting pulled correctly, it'll show this all in the sidebar. And there it is. Look at this. So social profiles, founder, all that stuff. Some of this other stuff just gets pulled from like Wikipedia and other sources. But organization markup is supposed to help lead to this sidebar right here by having your organization, like all your different things that you're specifying for your organization, like your social profile, stuff like that. And you can see here, this is where the code is actually in the website. Now, again, this might sound really confusing at first, Evo, but just stick with me. Basically, organization markup helps you show to Google or to other platforms online, like Google, major search engines, Google, Bing, Yahoo, whatever. It tells those platforms, hey guys, this page is an organization. This homepage is representing an organization. So let's just say we went on another page for the website. Like let's say we went from the homepage to the SEO blog. Do you think that this would have the same markup?
Can you repeat the question though?
So you know how the homepage is representing
I'm,
an organization?
I mean,
okay.
I get that part, but like, I'm kind of lost like how you did that also.
Okay, yeah, let's go back over the basics. So let me just go to Paint really quick. So what is schema markup again?
It's a way to get your site ranking higher with data. Wait, actually, I don't think that's actually right. Shoot.
Okay, let's just take it one step at a time. So what is schema markup? Like how was it made? Why was it made?
I'm pretty sure it's like something put on your website.
Do you remember what I said in the beginning, that the search engines came together? Remember back in the day, all the search engines came together and they said, you know what? We wanted a language that we can all agree on. Let's just say that they all wanted to agree on that they all understand Spanish, right? So Google, Yahoo, Bing, whatever other search engines, DuckDuckGo, they all came together. They said, hey guys, we know that there's a lot of content online, but let's all agree that we can all understand this new language, Spanish, right? Let's just say Spanish was a brand new language. Now, let's just say the Spanish had its own vocabulary, right? So like only these search engines understood Spanish. Nobody else in the world understood Spanish. And they all came up with this vocabulary. Like, they say hola, they say, el gato means cat, whatever, right? So now if you put those things on your page, Google will understand, and so will Bing and Yahoo. They'll all understand, okay, that means cat. That means hello. That means, right? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So schema markup basically is Spanish. It's like that new language. They all came together. They said, okay, let's all agree on schema markup. And now when you say, okay, this page is an organization, like let's just say the home page is an organization. It's a business representing an organization. They'll say, oh, this home page is representing an organization. And that it could also represent, let's say it was a local business. Let's say this was instead of being an organization like Amazon or this SEO plugin targeting national people. Let's just say it was a plumbing company. Well, what you can do is instead of putting organization markup on there, you could put something called local business markup, and you could tell Google that this plumbing company is a local business. So let me just show you what that looks like. So let's just go to my iPhone repair site. This is my old iPhone repair site that I ranked #1 on Google back in the day. It's still ranking. I sold this business for like $3 or $4 grand. I don't remember. I can plug it into this tool. It's called the structured data testing tool. You can just Google on YouTube or on Google. You press new test, and then this will tell you exactly what structured data, or as we like to call schema markup, is on the page. So let me just run the test. And you can see here there has organization and local business markup. Now, ideally, we don't want to have both. We just want to have one. Whoever's managing the site now might have put in both, but let's just click into the local business markup. And unfortunately, there's two here. Like, I mean, it just means there's duplicates. Somebody put it on the page twice. But you can see here, if I click on it, there's a certain section in the website in the header. Do you remember the header of a website? Like the thing that people don't see? And then the body is the thing that people do see. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
In the header of the website, you can specifically put code that people don't see saying that, look, the name is iPhone Repair Santa Barbara. It's a local business located here, right? In Santa Barbara. The image for the business that we want to show for like the logo is this, and we can go
Is this
copy
what
this.
shows on the right side? Like they put it there to show on the right side when you look it up?
So for local business markup, this actually, that's not going to help contribute to that. It's going to help contribute to showing up in the map. You know what the map is, right?
Yeah.
So by having the local business markup, you're actually going to be able to show up higher, usually, in the map results. Say, for instance, you were looking for like, top restaurants that sell sushi in Santa Barbara, right? Now, if this company right here had sushi markup, no, I'm just kidding. If it had, that's a joke, sorry. If this had local business markup, it's going to hopefully help it rank higher in the map and then also locally in the organic results. So if we go back to our checklist over here, you can see here it says, does the website have organization markup? On the website that we're auditing, right? So if we go look at the website that we were auditing, which was How to Study in College, and how would we look this up? Do you remember what I did? How would we look at the schema markup for this page?
Wasn't it that Google tool or something?
So tell me what to do at this point right now.
Copy the URL.
Okay.
And then I think it was like Google Data or something. I don't remember the website.
I'll type in Google Data. Okay. What is schema markup again? What is it? What kind of information is it?
It's like a language telling Google that it's what type of organization it is.
Okay. So schema markup in a joint effort is the spirit of sitemaps.org to improve the web by creating a structured data markup schema supported by major search engines. So what is the tool testing? Is it testing schema or is it testing?
I don't know.
Structured data, right? So what is schema again? It's a type of information, also known as structured data, right? It's like basically code that is structured so that it's a structured data tool or language that Google and other search engines can understand. So the tool is the structured data testing tool.
Okay.
If you forget that, then you could just type in schema testing tool Google and it'll probably show up the same thing. There it is. Okay?
Yeah.
So let's click on it, and then we're going to put the URL in here. And you can see here, this is organization markup on the home page. Now, is that good or bad, depending on what we're seeing here?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's a national business, so.
Okay. So if it's a national business, then is it a good thing that this has organization markup instead of local business markup?
Yeah?
Yes. Because
they're national and not local.
Perfect. Okay. So now, if we look at the organization markup, there's only a couple social profiles in here. Actually, there's no social profiles in here. So that's actually bad because there's social profiles showing on the website right here, Facebook. So we want to be able to list those in the organization markup. So we would just put in here in the audit, Let me go find it. Z, need to add social profiles to organization markup. Oh, anybody who's trying to join the Discord chat right now, here, I'll post another link really quick. Let me get that for you guys. And everybody who's in the chat right now, there's 10 people. You can join the call. I know you guys are still able to listen, but if you want to join the...
Ask questions or something.
Ask the questions, you're welcome to jump in here. I'm trying to find the invite link. Oh, is there like a max of 10 people before you can't invite anymore? Yeah, the party's full. Okay, so we can't invite anybody else. Sorry about that, guys.
Well, you could just start removing people. I don't think these people are joining.
Okay, I'll remove some people since they're not joining. So you guys are welcome to join now. Link should work. I'll keep No Skills in here because he's
Listening.
listening. Sorry, 1 second. Okay. I'll repost the link in here.
All right, they joined, I think.
Cool. All right. So, where were we again? We were talking about.
We were about to go to the next one.
So let's go. So is it good or bad that there's no local business markup on the homepage? What are we gonna put here? Z or X?
X.
X. Okay. Because it's good to go.
Because it's not a local business, right?
Right. So what is about markup? What would you assume that's about?
A markup page of their about page. Wait, that didn't make any sense. But like.
No, that made sense. So.
It didn't make sense.
So like about markup is basically like markup saying that the about this page is an about page, right? So when you're doing schema markup evo, you only need to have the markup for the page that the thing is about. So like let's say you had your organization markup for like a product. That wouldn't make sense because your product isn't representing your organization. Or let's say you had a local business markup on one of your services that you offer for iPhone repair. That wouldn't make sense because technically you should have service markup or product markup for a service page because that's what that page is about. It's about a service or product. So if you have like, organization markup on anything that's besides your homepage or the page representing your business, a national business or local business, then you need to make sure to get rid of it. So let's go to about page. We're going to go check it. How do we check it? What do we do here?
Well, you're already there, but are you saying like how would you get it if you were just on the home page?
How would I look up the markup to see if the about page is working or not with about markup?
Oh, go to the structured data testing tool.
Well, I copied the link first, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now what?
Go to that website thing, the structured data testing.
Okay.
And then put it in. Run test. My dog's going crazy, by the way. Sorry about that.
So what do I do now?
Would there be like an about section? I don't know.
You tell me.
I don't know. I'm lost. Shoot. Okay, I think I messed up.
No, you're good so far. If we scroll to the side, look, there is an about page. About markup right here. Look, it says schema.org type about page, but it says that there's an error. So if we click on this right here, you can see here, this says it's missing a little bracket. So let's just try to put that there and see if that fixes the error. So I'll put it right there, press validate. Nope, still not working correctly. It says there's a little problem right here. Maybe if we put a comma. Let's try that. Nope. So one of the best ways to just figure out what's going on is to, let me take that away. other than doing what I'm doing here, is just to find a schema markup that's already working for somebody else, and then simply just copy that into your own schema markup. So I already have this all set up on my own website, so I don't really need to do this myself. I can just go and see what's working on my website. So what I'll do is I'll just go to chaserunner.com. I'll go to the About page. I'll copy this, go to the structured data testing tool. And I'll just keep this one up just so I can see the difference. Plug this into a URL. Okay, looks like this is all good on my end, right? I click on this. No problems, all looks good. Let's click into it. Now let's see what how this differs from the other one. It looks like the error was over here. Let me click on this. So again, there's some weird comma right here. It says, here's the image, how to study in college. Now let's go see what's on it for ours. So where's the image? There it is. Little comma, description. Okay, let's see if that's similar to here. Boom, 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 image. And then I don't see a description here. So maybe we need to do that. And one of the ways, again, the easiest way to do this is just to copy everything in here, like so. Copy it into here. And I'll just take both of these so it makes it easier to see. What you can actually do is you can just copy all of this, like so. And when you press new test, you can just do code snippets. So that way you don't have to just do the whole URL and see all the other code. So there we go. Now you can see here, my About page is working right here. This one isn't because there's no bracket here. Let me just put that there. Now you can see, let me put an end script tag here. So you can see my markup's working on this one. If I click on this, see, it's all working here, but this one isn't. So what I'll do, instead of trying to like figure it out through here, like, cause that could take a really long time, I'll just take all of this data and I'll just paste it in over the stuff that's already on my website. So for instance, this is
Why
schema.
would you do that?
Because we need to get the right code, right? So let's just say like on this page down here, all of this is working, and then this isn't working up here. So what I can do is I can just take all the data that I want out of here and then replace it with this data, and then change it on the website here with the new data. Does that make sense?
So it's kind of just like you keep replacing it until it's eventually correct.
Well, no, I already know that this one works. So I just have to replace whatever's in here with whatever's with how to study in college with my data, and then change their data on their website with the new code. Does that make do you see what I'm saying? So like here, watch, I'll walk you through it. So the script is JSON LD, which is the type of language we're using for schema. The context is from schema.org, which is where you get all of the code from. The type of schema is an about page. The URL is chaserunner.com/about. Is that true?
Well, for them, no. You want to swap it?
Okay, so we'll take that URL, copy it here, plug it in.
And then paste it in. So
Now,
I see what you're doing.
is this correct though? Because look at this. This is HTTPS. The one in here is HTTP. So we'd want to put it with the right one. Okay.
Yeah.
Now the name of this page is what? Is it about Chase Runner SEO Consulting?
No.
So what is it?
Scroll up. About how to study in college. So just copy and paste that.
Okay.
Now I see what you're doing.
So basically we're just plugging it all over until eventually we press play, and then all of this is about how to study in college with all the right information. And what we would do is then we would just copy all this. Once we log into the website, there's a simple way to do this. All you have to do, let me just show you on my website. There's a little box that we use a plugin with that literally just lets you copy and paste the code into it. So let me go over here, Chase Runner SEO, plug all this in. And we'll talk more about implementations in a, like after, once we actually go through this, but I'm just showing you really quick. If I go into my about page here, I press edit page. And you'd be surprised, a lot of websites don't have this markup on them because a lot of people don't know how to do schema markup because of how complicated it seems to people. But once you get it down, it's pretty easy. Just copy all this. And here you go. Here it is. This is where you put it in. And like you can see, it's already in here.
Is this a plugin?
It's a plugin, yeah. It's called OH scripts. And again, we'll be covering that later on. But literally all you do, you just go like this, copy, paste, boom. And then you just press update on the page. Once it's updated, you just take the URL, plug it into structured data testing tool, and then it should all just go like this, boom. And then your about page should be set up and ready to go. So from what we saw with the structured data or schema markup for how to study, would we put an X or a Z here?
Z, and then you would say fix the code.
Okay, let's be a little bit more specific, because what if somebody else is implementing this?
Oh, true.
What was the problem with it?
The code wasn't working. There was some like comma mistake, but like.
So we would say about markup is on page, but is receiving error. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, contact markup. So what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to just let you guys tell me if there is contact markup or not on how to study in college. I'll be back in 1 minute, and I want to see if any of you guys get this right.
Wait, repeat it. Repeat it.
So I want everybody who's in the live video right now to go into howtostudyincollege.com. Here's the URL.
Okay.
And tell me if there's contact markup on the website and if there's any problems or not. I'll be back in 1 minute.
Shoot. Yeah. What is that weird sound? I think it's one of your guys' microphones, actually. You can stay in the call, just try not to make so much sound. You guys can ask questions, though. I'll tell him that you guys put questions. I don't think he saw it. So you can answer them. Let's see. Okay, so I'm on their website. Contact markup. Okay. Let's see here. Copy and paste. Let's see.
All right, I'm back. So what do we got?
I'm looking at it right now. I don't see any contact. Oh, by the way, they put some questions in Discord if you want to answer them.
Okay, I'll get
I
to
think
those in a
it's
second.
Like 2 questions. 2, 3.
So Dave Trader says there is schema markup, but there are errors for the contact. Okay, so what did you do, Evo, to find if there was a schema markup on the contact or not?
I copy and pasted their URL into the Google structured data testing tool, but
Okay,
I
what
don't
did
see
it
any
say?
like. I don't see any like contact thing in any of.
So you don't see this right here?
What? Oh, what the heck? Oh, you pasted in the /contact us. That's where I messed up. I did it on the home page.
It says one error. I don't know how to get rid of this actually, to be honest, guys. It says contact point must be attached to a parent page. I literally spent like 12 hours one day trying to figure this out. I don't think it's a huge deal. For the most part, this should be fine. And I've seen on like other websites like Schema app, they have the same error. So, I mean, for the moment, unless any of you guys can tell me how to fix the parent with a declared type, I think this is probably fine. So what we're going to do is we'll just put X for now because it's the best we can do. Blog markups. What do we do for that?
Wait, what?
How do we see if they have blog markup or not?
Oh, okay. Let's go to blog. Roll. Hold on, I'm doing it right now.
Okay.
I don't see any blog. I don't even know if I'm doing this right. Okay, I put in the URL of their blog, right? Because I pressed on blog. And it's howtostudyincollege.com/blog/ with the HTTPS at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see any, like, blog thing in there. I don't know if it's because they don't have it or...
So the blog itself is actually supposed to be a sort of an article in a sense. Like the blog should be article markup because it's like an article you're reading full of blog posts. So actually I'm going to put it right here, article markup, and that's Z. And then the blog post itself, which is contained in the article basically, if we click on that and then go test it, new test, boom. You can see here it has blog posting markup, but there's no image. And I'll show you guys how to fix this later in the implementation stage, but you can see that there is blog posting markup. So we're just going to go put this into here and say there is blog markup, is blog, but need to add images. Okay, what is breadcrumbs? Do you remember?
Pretty sure it's the... Shoot. Hold on. I'm pretty sure I know this. It's either the thing that, like... No, it's the categories. Wait.
No.
The
You're
categories
close.
on, like, the top of the page or
Think
something?
of a bunch of breadcrumbs, like going somewhere.
Oh. There's some, like, story thing that's, like, originated from.
Sort of.
Or they,
Like, say for instance, say for instance, you like saw a bunch of breadcrumbs, like around the corner,
like leading to something.
Leading to something, yeah.
Yeah.
So think about that on a website. Like, where would you see that?
In the URL.
No, close.
Oh, right there. This, see how it's like opens up in like folders, which is normally at the top.
Do you see this right here?
What? Yeah.
So what is that?
It's kind of like a folder, but it's the breadcrumb. I just say it as a folder because that's how I kind of remember it, I guess.
Well, this is the folder, right? This is resources. This is the thing that contains a bunch of things like SEO audit checklist, that kind of thing. But the part up here is the breadcrumbs, and the point of the breadcrumbs is to what?
To backtrack.
What is a visitor? Why would a visitor want to see the breadcrumbs?
Because maybe they want to go to other resources.
They want to know where they're at, right? They want to know where this is contained in. Like, they want to see the full story, like you were saying, the trail. So the point of the breadcrumbs is to really just show where you're at in a URL or in a certain part of the website. Now, the schema markup for breadcrumbs is to let Google know where it is as well. Again, schema markup is not for the users because they don't see it. Schema markup is for the search engines to understand, right?
Yeah.
Because when you go and look at a header where schema markup is, or the JSON LD is, which is the code, you're not going to see that in the body tags. You're not going to see that on the page. If you wanted to see schema markup on a page and have it understood by Google and its users, you would use something called microdata, which is really just a pain in the ass and you don't want to use it. So you use something called JSON LD. And that's what the code is in the header. It's called JSON LD, and then it tells you what type of business it is or where you're at. So anyways, for breadcrumbs, if I show you, look, if I do new test, like put it into this product page, we should see a list of breadcrumbs that Google can read that leads up to where we're at. So look at this. List item, position 3, SEO audit checklist template. List item 2, position 2, this is the resources. And what we're seeing there, Evo, is the exact same thing that users see right here. Except search engines can see this part better, and they can understand that there's breadcrumbs. Now, the cool thing about breadcrumbs is if you do it correctly, Google should show this differently in the search results. So if I type in SEO audit checklist template, let's hope we're ranking for it. Here we are. You could see here, look at this. So you see how this just goes to the slashes? It just goes searchenginewatch.com/2018/07. Super like kind of bad categorization, right? Now look at this. Do you see how it just goes chasecenter.com/resources? That little arrow, that gets pulled from having breadcrumbs in your site. And so does that one. This one doesn't have breadcrumbs, so it's not pulling. And then you see this right here, the star rating. That comes from having something called product markup. And that's how you can actually increase your relevancy on Google and improve your click-through rates so people will be more likely to click on it. So ideally in the page, if you look at it, you can see here, there's breadcrumbs, which is why we see those little arrows right there. And then there's also a product, which has reviews in it. You can see rating value 5 stars, 14 reviews. We go to Google, rating value 5 stars, 14 reviews. We go back over here. The price is $995 for the audit template. Here it is, $995 for the audit template. And it is in stock according to the data on here. Let me see if I can find it. I guess in stock it's pulled from somewhere else, but you see what I'm saying, right? Alternatively, you can also press preview to see if it is working right here. And here it is. You can see here. This is what Google's pulling from the search rich snippet preview tool. So, in terms of how to study in college, when we're looking at breadcrumbs markup, how do we know if they have breadcrumbs markup or not?
I'm not sure what page you would go to. I'm pretty sure it's like the home page because that's where like all that stuff above there would be at.
So why would breadcrumbs be on a home page? Again, what's the point of breadcrumbs?
Knowing where someone's at.
Right. So if somebody clicks into a home page, where are they at?
Yeah, wouldn't it populate on the top over there?
On the home page? Is that what you're referring to?
What?
No, on the blog page.
Right. It would populate on the blog page. But what I'm trying to explain right now is, would you want to have breadcrumbs on a home page? Again, what is the point of the breadcrumbs? You want to see where you're at, right?
Like the level 1 area.
Well, just tell me what a breadcrumb on a homepage would look like. It would literally just say /home, right? That's already says that right here. So the homepage is actually not a page you'd want to see breadcrumbs on. So where would you find breadcrumbs?
Just go to their blog and then press on any blog, I guess.
Okay. So based on our audit earlier, we didn't find breadcrumbs on the website visually. So obviously we can't see them here, but maybe they are still there on structured data,
Copy it,
right?
And then put it in the Google tool.
Okay, so do you see breadcrumbs?
They don't. No.
Now, how should that look? If we look at the difference, blog,
Should have
go to
like
one of our posts,
the thing above it,
copy,
and it should just say
New
breadcrumb. I'm
test.
pretty sure.
Here it is on our website. You can see here, breadcrumb. There they are. And there they are. Do you see the difference between the two? And you can see how that's helpful to users as well, right? Because now they know where they are when they hit a page off of Google.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when we go and check them off for the roadmap, do they have breadcrumbs markup implemented correctly? No.
Mm-mm.
Okay, what about news article markup? Now this is for a news website, so unless they're a news website, we don't have to check for this. The only difference between news markup and blog markup is if you're going to be writing news articles versus writing a blog post. So we'll just put a little X there, and we'll say not applicable. Event markup, do you remember what that is?
Not
Yeah.
exactly. Was that the map one?
Now these guys aren't a national or a local site, so there's chances are they're not going to be hosting events, right?
No.
So we're just going to put an X and
They
say not
might, but-
applicable. Yeah, because they probably won't them, but if they would, then we would probably ask them. But how would we see if there was an event markup happening somewhere? Like, how would we be able to tell? Like, if we were seeing that, if there was an event happening on Google, like near us, what would we type in?
I don't know. No.
Let's just type in events
no clue.
near me. Now, you can see all of these are just regular search results, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's not really helping us. Let's type in concerts. Because a concert's a type of event, right? Concerts in Santa Barbara. Okay, do you see this? What is this called right here? Do you remember?
The event markup?
Sort of. But remember what this is specifically called? When you see a type of result that's like a star rating or this, what's it called?
Rich something?
Rich. What is
markup?
it? Rich what? Snippet, right?
Schema? I don't know.
Rich
Oh,
snippet.
shoot.
So it's like a
was
snippet
close.
that you're seeing that's like rich with data, extra data. So you can see here, this is the different events happening. So on Tuesday, February 12th, Atmosphere is playing. On Saturday, February 16th, Continuous Signals playing. So if we click into one of these, this will just go straight to that event venue, right?
Mhm.
Now, the way this looks, let me just go to the event page, because that's just a specific type of event playing. If we copy this URL and plug it into Structured Data Testing Tool, yeah, Zed's pretty sick, dude. I gotta go check him out. So here it is, event, and you can see there's errors with this. They're not completely doing it correctly, but you don't have to do everything completely correctly to still get your structured data shown. But there you go. That's what event markup looks like. Okay, let's go to the next one. Open house markup. What would that be for?
Isn't
Real
that just
estate.
like another event? Like selling
Right.
a house or something?
Okay, so what would we look up for that?
Open houses near me.
Okay, what do you see?
It's just like that other one. But I'm pretty sure it like links to like a map or something. Oh,
So how do we test
Got
if there's open house markup on a website or not?
just press on the open house 12:30 one. Oh, well, I guess that works too. And then
So again, these are under this result, right? So we wouldn't look at these specifically. We'd look
Oh.
at the page containing all of the open houses.
Mhm.
We plug it into our structured data testing tool. You can see here, event, and all of these events are actually open houses. Right here, it's an open house, so it's a different type of event. The event that we looked at before, what was it? It wasn't an open house. It was a concert. So let's go see that just to make sure you see the difference. We'll go over to this. Look at the structured data. And this is specifically an event that contains a...
If we added that script for like an open house, how long would it take for Google to actually show it?
So it's sort of random. Like we don't get guaranteed that if we add this in there, that it will actually get picked up. A good example of this is a client that I'm working with. He has a huge business that makes close to 10 million
Oh, the hair one?
per
hair one, yeah.
year. Yeah. And I can't get some of his top URLs to actually show the rich snippets for some reason. And that's where it kind of goes down to, I think, one, the relevancy of the page, two, how much authority that page has, and then three, whether or not you're actually matching what you're saying is on the page with the JSON LD to what is actually on the page. Because sometimes the rich snippets do show, but they don't always show. And I think it really just depends on like those three things. But even in those cases, even if you get everything right, it's still not guaranteed. But anyways, so you guys kind of get what I'm saying here. OG data, schema errors, let's talk about that. So schema errors would just be any other overall errors, like say for instance, we went through the site and we saw like...
And then we saw the common one or something.
Let's just say the local business markup was on an about page or something. That would be an error. Or let's just say the breadcrumbs markup was, there was a bunch of errors with it or something, and we just, put that in there, Now, OG data. Does anybody have any idea what OG data is? Anybody who's in chat, anybody who's in Discord right now, can anybody explain to me what it is? Original, close. It has to do with... So you know how we were talking about how schema is picked up by like search engines?
Yeah.
You didn't sound sure about that. I want you to be sure. So schema markup is understood only by search engines, right?
Mm-hmm.
So OG data, just like No Skills said, it's for social media platforms. And what OG stands for is it stands for Open Graph. And what Open Graph is it's basically it's what social platforms understand for what your website's showing. And schema markup is what search engines understand. So what is OG data again? What does it stand for?
Open graph.
Open Graph, cool. So if we're looking at Open Graph data, what do we want to see on a social platform? Let's just say I shared my website right now on social media. What would I want to see here if I shared it?
Wait, what?
If I shared my URL on Facebook or Twitter or anywhere on social media, what would I want to see once I share the URL? What would be something that would be or what would other people want to see if I shared it?
Image, title,
What it's
description.
about.
Right, exactly, perfect. So image, title, description, what it's about. If I place it in here, does this look good to you?
Could use some tidying up.
So what's the problem with it?
More better image, better title, because it just says homepage right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, by the way, this was all set up correctly on my website. I don't know who changed this, but you can see here, like it says homepage. If I were to post this on my social platform right now, like on my Facebook group with 16,000 people in it, and they just saw this, I just posted it, people would just think this is spam, right? They would think this was a mistake. They'd be like, why did Chase just link homepage? Now, if I were to share something like, let's say, what I just shared on YouTube, right here, look at this. The quickest way to make SEO progress. And then you can see here, this says register now. That should be changed. But look at the image. Does that fit the right ratio? It doesn't, right? So and that's unfortunately because YouTube still hasn't got their shit correct. But
YouTube will never get it right.
No, the reason why they probably haven't set it up correctly is because they don't want freaking Facebook to actually pull their data correctly. But anyways, yeah, so if we look at this, we can actually specify what is showing to these platforms and make sure that we're showing the right data. Now, the way we test this, let's just say we go to the home page. We copy the URL. Now, remember the structured data testing tool? How it kind of showed us like what was on the page for the schema markup?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's the same type of tool, except it's called Facebook Debugger. And this will show you exactly what you need to add for Facebook. You could do the same thing for Twitter. You could do the same thing for Pinterest, but we usually just shoot for Facebook because that's usually where we're going to be sharing most of our posts. If you're going to be sharing on Twitter as well, you could specify your OG data for Twitter. I'll show you how to do that in a second, but let's just go to Facebook. So we click into Debugger - Facebook for developers. And by the way, everybody in chat, I will take questions at the end. Sorry for not answering you guys right now. If you can get your questions ready with little stars next to them, that way I can go back through them with the ones with stars, and I'll cover those. If they're not stars, I'm just going to assume you're talking to each other. Okay, so I'm going to put this URL in. Press debug. And here you can see it says there's a little issue. The following required properties are missing this. You don't always have to worry about that. Now, the other cool thing about this is you can see that the canonical URL, it'll actually show you how many likes that has. Now, what's a canonical again?
It's like a purchase, like a.
That's a conversion. What's a canonical do? Do you remember the different colored T-shirts?
Yeah.
We got the blue T-shirt, the red T-shirt, right? They all say the same thing, right?
Hmm.
So what do you do if you have 3 different pages that all say the same thing? What do you do? They're all duplicate content, right?
Categorize them.
Well, categorizing them, that you would still have those pages indexed on Google, right? They're all duplicates. What is a way to make them all say that one page is about like one thing, right? Let's just say you had blue T-shirt say that that page has blue T-shirts. The green has. They're not unique by any means. What would you do? You would use a canonical saying, "Hey, look, Google. This homepage is about something else." Let's just say, let's type in canonical. You could say, Google, the canonical URL for the homepage is chaserunner.com/blue t-shirt. And what Google will do is just say, okay, so we're not going to rank your homepage. We're going to rank that your blue t-shirt page because this page is actually an exact copy of the blue t-shirt page.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not. What it's saying rel canonical equals the homepage, which is the URL that the homepage is on, is we're saying, Google, our canonical, our link that is about this page is the page itself. It's not about another page. So when we see right here, the canonical URL has 391 likes. If we were pointing a canonical at a different page, Facebook would actually pick this homepage up as a different page and then show that. But if you clicked into it, it would go to the homepage. You're lost right now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got the canonical part, but like
Daniel.
that one, I'm so.
Hey, Daniel.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense. Basically, the homepage that you've linked is going to be linking to a different page that you've categorized and that you've like notated as a canonical. Does that make sense? Am I right?
Right. So what
but-
would be a good way to explain this to somebody who has no idea what a canonical is?
I mean, shit. I myself don't get the whole picture too, but
Let me just look it up. So canonical. So the rel equals canonical element, often called the canonical link, is an HTML element that helps webmasters prevent duplicate content issues. It does this by specifying the canonical URL to the preferred version of the web page, the original source even. So again, if you had 2 pages on your website, let's just say you had page 1 and you had page 2, and you didn't want page 1 to show up in the search results, right? Let's just say you didn't want the SEO audit checklist to show up because there's 2 pages that are SEO audit checklist. So you want to completely remove this from the search results. What you would do is you would say, okay, page 1, audit. Let's just say audit 1, which is the exact same content as the second audit. It's just under a different URL. You would say, I want to specify canonical. It says canonical equals audit 2. And what it would do is it would then take, Google would crawl this page and say, oh, there's a canonical pointing to audit 2. Let's not index this page or any links pointing to it or any value that it's getting. And let's point it all over to the other page. So that way we know that this is the page that's supposed to be ranking on Google and that this other page is really just there for user experience purposes. Do you guys kind of get it now?
It's like telling Google to not rank it.
It's telling
And that it's
Google,
just
let's just
another
say,
copy.
are you an only child?
Yeah.
Well, this only happens when you have 2 identical pages. You wouldn't be using
Right.
canonical otherwise.
So let's just say that you had a twin, Evo, and your mom only liked your twin, right? So like,
Just that.
she kind of wishes that it was just the twin that was born and not you, right? So if she
Sharp
was
now.
Google, she could say, Google, canonical Evo
Oh no.
to this other twin, because they're basically duplicates. I only want to keep the one twin. And then Google would basically no index you, Evo, and you would not exist anymore. Does that make sense?
Can you show me a site that's like a duplicate of another? Because I'm still kind of lost in that.
Yeah, so let's just say, let
Like,
me
just
go to my
find a
website.
site with-
So let me try to find, I got rid of a lot of my duplicate content. Let's go to our sleep guide. So what you can do, the way you find duplicate content is you can use a site called SiteLiner. And it'll tell you all of the content on the website that's exactly duplicated. So here we go. You can see here, this this page right here has 68% duplicate content, meaning that everything that's on this page, 68% of it is on another page. So if I click on it, here we go. This page has 1,432 words matching this page. So if I click onto this page, look at this. This is all, everything that's in red is exactly on this page that's on the other page.
Oof.
Now, if we see that these pages are so similar, let's just say they're exact copies, right? There's no reason for this to be on that other page. What we would do is we would copy this URL. We'd go log into the website. Let me go, our sleep guide. We'd log into the website. Go to the web URL. And we go, okay, this is too similar to the other page. And if we see that the analytics shows that there's only like 500 people to this page, but there's like 5,000 to the other page off of Google, then we would log
Do
in.
the lower one.
We would log in, we'd canonical it to the URL that's receiving more traffic, right? Because now it's going to add more relevancy to that page and hopefully rank it higher.
Wait, so you would add it on the higher ranking one?
So let me just show you. So let me copy this page. We'll go to Search Console. Let's start now. We'll go into the property.
I think you would add it to the lower ranking.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you add it to the lower ranking, and then whenever anyone searches that one, it takes them to the higher ranking one.
Chase.
And you're about to find out, man. It's good that you guys are guessing. I like it. Makes it so that you're staying engaged. Okay, so I'm gonna go. So how do I look at the two different pages data? What do I do? I'm in Search Console. How do I look at those two different pages? So right here we have this page matching this page. How do we look at the two different ones on Search Console?
I haven't started
don't
fucking with
know.
this yet, so I don't know.
Just give me a guess. What would you do?
Just
you gotta
open it up
compare
on
them.
pages. Yeah.
Okay, so what do I click on? What's the first thing I would click on?
page,
Pages. Okay.
and then find that URL.
So what you can do is if you press this new button, you go to page, it'll actually show you it'll show you the page that you search for. So I'll
And
press
then I can do
apply.
that.
So this page right here, mattress reviews. Look how many clicks it has in the last 3 months. 1 click, right? Now let's go take that other URL that it's matching. Let's go copy this. Plug it in. 0 clicks, right? Now let's see if these pages are matching anything else. Let's see if this page is matching, like, let's see this one. So this has 608 words that are still duplicates. Plug it in, apply. 1 click, no. So none of these pages are really receiving a lot of traffic, and usually the case for this is because they're duplicate content. So because they're duplicate content, Google's only really ranking one of them anyways. So 0 clicks here. Let's go to this one. This one has 253 words that are matching. $18 clicks. So what we could do is we could take the one that's receiving the most traffic and we could canonical all the pages that aren't ranking to this one page, and then this will be the only page that's ranking that has the and now it's all unique content to this page, and there's not 4 pages with duplicate content on the website. So the way you canonical it is you literally just take the URL that you want. Let's just say this one. You log into all those different pages. You go to press edit page, and then in the plugin that we have, it'll actually show right here. It says advanced canonical URL, and then you put the right one that you want to rank. We'll cover this more later, but do you understand what a canonical URL sort of does now?
Like I remember we went over this like 2 weeks ago, and this was the
Right.
one that was still confusing.
So what's
And
the
you-
most confusing part about it to you?
I just don't get like how you like. Now that you showed me like what an actual like duplicated page is, I understand it a little bit more, because I was like, why would you have different or duplicate pages? Like, that makes no sense. But now I get like it has like matching words. That makes more sense now.
If you
They
were
showed me that,
if
but-
you were looking on Google for, let's say, a latex mattress by a company, and let's just say you typed in Chase Reiner, and let's say I had 5 different pages for this on Google, and they all had the same exact content, would you want to click through each of those to try to find which one to rank?
Can you repeat it?
So
like,
let's say, let me just go to our sleep guide because that one's a little bit more sense. Let's just say they had 5 different articles with the exact same content about latex mattresses. Would you want to click on each of those and then just find the same content over and over again?
no.
But let's just say that each of those pages all had a different color of a latex mattress in there, and it's still good for people who are on the website already to go and just look through the different mattresses, but they didn't want to create like different unique descriptions for those for Google for people clicking in, so they
you
just kept them indexed,
stop
right?
ranking them.
So what you do instead is you point a canonical from all the pages that are duplicates to the one main page that you want to rank. So there would be 4 different canonicals happening from all the different colored latex mattresses to the one main latex mattress that is number 5, which is, let's say, just the one that you want to rank with all the colors associated with it, but it all has the same duplicate content. Now you no longer have duplicate content on your website because all the things that were duplicated that are there for user experience purposes are literally just there now for the website and not to be indexed on Google. We'll cover it more later, but you kind of get the point. So anyways, back to Facebook. So what you could do with OG data is you can actually specify the type of data that you want to show on Facebook, on Twitter. And again, the way you do that is you can actually download a plugin that we'll talk about later called WPSSO. And it'll actually give you the ability to change your OG data, and we'll be covering that more in the implementations. But now you guys got to get what Schema Markup does and what OG data is. Again, we will be covering the implementations behind the scenes. Let me just end this for the people with the training. So we'll see you in the next one. And until then, happy SEOing. Okay, cool. So that's the training video. So I'm going to be taking questions now from anybody. I probably should have kept that on there actually. But if you do want to get more information for this training, anybody who's in here and you want to actually get certified and follow the rest of this stuff, make sure you send an email to hello@chaserunner.com so you can get in touch with my enrollment guy and we can get you in here. Okay, so I'm open to questions now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to the Discord server, the main Discord server. I'm going to give everybody a link there so everybody can communicate and ask questions. Let me just go ahead and grab that link really quick. And I will be posting it in YouTube, so everybody look for the link in YouTube right about now. Here we go. Whoops, sorry, I did. Here it is. Evo,
What?
what'd you think, Ben?
We got a lot done. I'm good about that. I get the structured data testing tool now.
Okay, that's
At least
good.
a lot better.
Yeah. Daniel, what'd you think, man?
Yeah, that was good.
You said that part was gonna be difficult. That wasn't that difficult because a lot of it was just the same thing, but like on different pages. Canonical thing still screws me over though. That part always confuses me.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't understand canonicals till like 3 months after I initially learned them. So, just know that it's like if there's duplicate content on your website, that's a bad thing. And so you really just want to have one version of your content index. You don't want to have like 5 pages with the same content index on Google because that's just going to waste sort of like it's not going to penalize you or anything, but it's just going to make it bad for like Google to try to index the same thing over and over and over. You want to only have unique pages on your website. Does that make sense?
Well, we ideally wouldn't have to use canonicals if our pages had content that wasn't repetitive, right?
Exactly.
So,
but sometimes you have to use them because let's just say you had 10 pages about the same t-shirt because you want people to go look through all the different t-shirts, like colors, but you didn't want to just spend your time like writing all of the different, like you don't want to say this t-shirt's blue and I have nothing else to say about this, so I'm just going to keep writing a bunch of random things that nobody's going to read.
yeah.
So instead you just put a canonical and say, hey guys, or at least hey Google, this is just for users really. If you want to rank a page, make sure you rank page number 10. That just talks about all the shirts in general. So welcome everybody. We got Toshi, Chris. You guys are welcome to start rapid firing questions if you want. We have a question in chat. Mike says, hi Chase, I sent a few emails regarding Bench Marketer. I'm sure you're buried and busy. Would you mind getting back to me? I don't really man the support emails, but I'll alert them. If you want to re-forward that to me, and I'll take a screenshot and put it in Discord as soon as I see it. So do we not have any questions in chat or in?
Do we need to have for AMP pages? Is there a schema markup process for AMP pages, or is that a completely different process?
I haven't seen one. Let me go check. So AMP AMP structured data, because I think AMP sort of it's its own language as it is. So I don't think you have to specify in schema. The way to look at it is just go to schema.org and then just literally type in after that, like whatever you're looking up. So like schema.org AMP. And I don't see anything for AMP on schema.org. So I'm assuming that you don't need it. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it. But again, the way I look it up is schema.org literally has like thousands of pages about all the different schemas you can use. And if you do site:schema.org amp and it doesn't say it, then it's probably not a thing.
Awesome.
If we're having no questions here, you can answer the questions in the other server.
Yeah, we have a few on the others.
I think there's like 3 questions for.
Well, for the SEO Pro certification, that's going to be at 3 o'clock, so I'm not going to answer those. Yeah. Because that's not going to be on YouTube. That's just going to be behind the scenes.
Alright. Well, most of my questions were answered when we were doing it, so I don't really got anything.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we don't have any questions, so it's really interesting. There's like 31 people watching. It's usually a lot more
Oh, I see some in the chat.
talkative than
Birdman.
this. What do you mean, Birdman?
In the general chat, welcoming room.
Oh, I didn't see that.
It's
Okay, Birdman says, what if you have a local business with 2 or more locations? How would you mark that up? So for local business markup, you would have separate local business markup for the different pages that you want to rank locally. So let's say you have one page that's for Santa Barbara. You would have local business markup for the for Santa Barbara for that location. And then on the other page, that's a location, let's just say it was like Los Angeles, you'd have separate local business markup for that as well. And then you would basically just have like a different Google My Business pointing to each of those separate pages. So you wouldn't have local business markup on your homepage. Your homepage would probably be like an organization, unless your homepage was representing the main location. Like let's say your homepage was representing Santa Barbara or Los Angeles, and then you have a separate location page targeting a separate location, which would be separate local business markup. Is there a way to have dynamically updating JSON LD? For instance, if I embed event code from Facebook to a website, the events update dynamically. Yeah, so if you're using like, let's say like WordPress and you're like a real estate agent or you're going to be like hosting like different music events and you're like posting about that on your website, there's a lot of themes or plugins that, you know, will automatically just pull that data in for you dynamically without you needing to like, you know, change it manually. The reason why I just inject all the code into the headers is because it's easier and it's faster. And for the most part, I'm not going to be doing like event or business event or open house markup. All right. So any other questions?
I don't see any others. Oh, he's typing. Might have another question.
For updates, content is better to let Google find you or force it to fetch on Google Search Console. I try to get it fetched as fast as possible whenever I make a change on a page because it only takes like 2 seconds.
Anastasia!
I'm gonna mute him. All right. All right, guys. So thank you all for joining. We'll be doing another one very soon.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for participating, Daniel. I like to get people in here who like to participate. So.
Thanks, man.
And yeah, that's it for today. So until we see y'all next time, happy SEOing.